Police chasing a stolen Ford pickup truck in Dearborn, Michigan.
West Chicago, crossing Terry Street.
But this truck wasn't taken from a driveway. It was stolen from the factory lot.
Approaching Greenfield.
We track more than a dozen brand new stolen trucks from Michigan to South Phoenix. Do we know what happened there?
So I think we're still looking into that part of it.
The vehicles were sold to unsuspecting buyers, now out hundreds of thousands of dollars. How did the state of Arizona miss this?
That's a great question.
And we're about to confront the accused ringleader. I think we'll go bang on the door.
We sell everything from late model cars to classics to...
Addison Brown is the general manager of Casio Motors, a family-owned boutique car dealership whose business is now in limbo.
I'm a victim, and however, nobody's treating me like a victim. I feel like a criminal.
The trouble started late last year.
Over the course of about 60 days, we bought 4 Ford F-150s from individuals with clear title, valid driver's licenses, clean Carfax reports, everything checked out.
2 days before Christmas, Phoenix police showed up with a search warrant.
And all of a sudden there's, badges and guns running through the front door looking for stolen Ford F-150s.
What went through your mind when that happened?
They got the wrong spot.
You thought they'd had a mistake?
No, absolutely not. Not here, not me. I paid for these cars, I've got good title, I've done all my checks.
According to police reports and law enforcement internal investigations we obtained, dozens of brand new trucks and Broncos were stolen from a holding lot outside a Ford factory in Michigan last year. Ford did not report them stolen for weeks. A few of those vehicles were recovered in Michigan, like the one police were chasing in this video. But more than a dozen ended up in Phoenix. Thieves attached blank, stolen titles from Georgia to those vehicles, re-registered them here in Arizona, getting new, clean titles, then sold them to unsuspecting buyers, individuals and dealers like AutoNation and Addison Brown's Casio Motors. How much did they cost you?
About $65,000 a car.
That's a big investment.
Yes.
It sounds like this should have been stopped before the cars even got to you.
100%.
This is certainly a unique situation.
Bill Lamoreaux is a spokesperson for the Arizona Department of Transportation's Motor Vehicle Division. How did these vehicles get retitled with clean titles here in Arizona?
So unfortunately, the vehicles were not noticed missing or stolen in Michigan until they actually were titled here in Arizona.
He says the problem is Ford waited so long to report the vehicles stolen.
If they were reported stolen prior to that, the system would not have allowed those to be titled here.
So far, Valley police agencies have confiscated 24 F-150s, Dodge, Chevys, and at least 1 Ford Bronco. At this point, they have not made any arrests, and they've not identified anybody they believe is behind the scheme. But this lawsuit, filed by one of the title companies involved in the case, identifies the ringleader as a man named Donald Eugene Reed III. He is a 30-year-old ex-con, convicted of forgery, fraud schemes, identity theft, and most recently, filing 104 fraudulent tax returns and receiving more than $400,000 from the IRS in fraudulent refunds. We show up at one of the houses associated with Donald Reed in South Phoenix. I think we'll go bang on the door. Walking toward the house, I spot a $200,000 McLaren sports car in the garage. It's also associated with Reed. I'm looking for Don Reed. Donald Reed, is that you? This man tells us lots of people he knows were ripped off in the Ford theft ring.
It was some guy up in Detroit. Some Detroit cats came down here with all that shit. They said that the vehicles was good, they was legit. People called in, everybody said the trust was legit. It's a whole bunch of people mad at them Detroit cats right now behind that shit. And one of them got killed in Detroit. And I think behind it.
Moments after that conversation, Donald Reed calls me on the phone. Who did you guys get the cars from? Did you know these people, or how did they contact you? He says he met someone in a restaurant who told him about a great deal on some Ford trucks. He says he thought the deals were legitimate, and then he repeats something the man in the front of the house said. The person who sold you the vehicles got killed. Reed would not agree to go on camera. Meantime, the people who paid for the vehicles here in Phoenix are in a holding pattern. Police have the trucks, and the victims are out tens of thousands of dollars.
It's not just the $300,000, it's all the other damage. Because we have sold stolen cars, we are considered uninsurable.
Casio filed a notice of claim against the Department of Transportation, stating ADOT was grossly negligent in preventing fraudulent activities with respect to the transfer of the vehicle titles. And Addison Brown says Phoenix police are treating her like a criminal instead of a victim.
We have been threatened to be arrested. It's very disheartening. There's days I wake up and I'm going, what am I doing? How do I fight this? I don't know who to go to.